let's go do crime together. And he was like, oh no, I'm not going to come do crime with you, but I think I should probably come supervise you while you're doing your crime. And I spray painted on the back of the Depener the penguin whore, which, if you Google it, it brings you to my MySpace account. I also wrote my initials, hearts, my boyfriend's on the wall, so that was super smart. Yeah, that was my one-time graffiti. I got it out of my system. Oh, I also did a dinosaur once on the geese sky. It was a fucking arena.
There was a dinosaur with a horn for a while. I was seeing around the city. It was literally just a dinosaur with a horn. It was fucking funny.
Right. Hey, come outside, might as well.
Yeah, quickly.
I know, he just never stops, but I'm assuming you're used to it. I'm pretty sure you hear your dog crying even when he's not crying sometimes. Apparently, Joker could do that at a high speed. It's so high pitched. It's so 4 years. Light that most people won't hear it.
First Nations are
apparently, you guys have like supersonic hearing. Like dog hearing.
I'm like deaf from one ear and I like to hear
Liberals think some bits could be saved.
Heather, shut up.
Concerns about what they see as a power grab.
With respect to what it would do to special economic zones, where the power lies, who's defining that, who's controlling, who's benefiting.
Bill 5 could become law as early as next week. New Democrats are trying to slow that process at committee, pushing debate late into the evening, trying to force another meeting on another day. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
A by-election to fill an empty council seat at Toronto City Hall will happen later this summer. The vote to elect a councillor for Ward 25, Scarborough Rouge Park, will be held on September 29th. Nominations will be open from June 23rd to August 15th. The seat was declared vacant after former Deputy Mayor Jennifer McKelvey won a seat for the Liberals in Ajax in the federal election as city councillor.
New pushback from Canadian leaders after Donald Trump threatened our sovereignty again, this time over his proposed Golden Dome missile defense system.
Canada is also hoping to join a major European defense procurement pact as it navigates military relationships in the face of those sovereignty concerns. PTV's Judy Tripp reports.
An anti-war demonstration outside a military trade show. While inside, Defense Minister David McGuinty said the government will spend billions of dollars of new money to protect the nation's security.
Try this again.
Prime Minister Carney made it perfectly clear.
What do you want?
He signaled our intention to sign on to a major
it's all for you.
defense rearmament
You're
plan
too dumb.
by July 1st.
Joining the Rearm Europe program will reduce reliance on the United States. Canada buys 75% of its military equipment from the Americans.
This right here, the Golden
let's
Dome
go
for
for
America is game changer.
President Donald Trump taunted Canada again to get support for a new missile defense system. To be part of the Golden Dome will cost $61 billion, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state.
It's outrageous. It's absolutely unacceptable. We're a sovereign nation, and that's not for discussion or negotiation.
He just wants to stir the pot and cause trouble. Are you considering Trump's offer?
Comments ignored by the Prime Minister. But McGuinty says Canada is discussing partnerships with the U.S. and the Europeans.
We're continuing our discussions with the White House. Minister LeBlanc was there this week. We're continuing our discussions with the Europeans.
Trump's former Secretary of State says he's not sure what part the Golden Dome will play in trade negotiations.
I don't know if it provides leverage or for whom that leverage might be, but it is absolutely imperative that we do this together for geographic reasons.
Canada is spending about $40 billion this year on defense. That's only 1.37% of its GDP. The country won't hit its 2% NATO target until 2030, adding more pressure at its next annual meeting of leaders. The military alliance is expected to increase its target to 5%. McGuinty will meet with other NATO defense ministers next week. The minister will not say if Canada intends on pushing back against the new proposed 5% target. Judy Trim, CTV News, Ottawa.
A commemorative ceremony was held at the National War Memorial to mark the 25th anniversary of the entombment of Canada's unknown soldier.
This week, we stand with their majesties who yesterday paid tribute to the unknown soldier and all who have served. Let us affirm our shared commitment to hold the values of democracy, equality, and respect.
The Governor General and Commander-in-Chief paid tribute during the ceremony. The tomb honors the more than 120,000 Canadians who gave their lives in service of peace and freedom. In 2020, the remains of an unidentified Canadian soldier who died in the First World War were repatriated from France and laid to rest in Ottawa.
A city in Manitoba has to evacuate due to an ongoing wildfire threat. All of Flin-Flon's 5,000 residents have been instructed to be out by midnight tonight. A fire that started in Creighton, Saskatchewan on Monday crossed into Manitoba yesterday. A Cree Nation is also evacuating due to the wildfires. There have been 96 blazes in the province so far this year. 18 are currently active.
The Vatican Postal Service has released its first series of stamps portraying Pope Leo XIV. The stamps went on sale at Vatican post offices, including the popular location in St. Peter's Square. Visitors and collectors gathered to make their first purchases. 2 of the stamps show the pontiff on the balcony after his election. 2 others feature him celebrating Mass in the Sistine Chapel the following day. One Italian collector says while the stamps may not have great economic value, they do have sentimental meaning.
Back here at home, in a renewed effort to save 9 local species at risk.
The Toronto Zoo announced a new partnership to preserve biodiversity in the province. CTV's Beth McDonnell has the details.
Inside these tanks at the Toronto Zoo are more than Blanding's turtles. It's species-saving work underway. For over a decade, the zoo has been collecting eggs, taking care of the turtles for 2 years before releasing them back in the wild.
So they're known as the turtle with the sun under its chin. So they're green overall, like most turtles. But then they have this bright yellow piece underneath. And they're a nice smiley turtle. So they're a sort of friendly looking turtle. You kind of recognize it out there.
This commitment is a big deal.
Now, a 5-year, $3 million partnership between the zoo and Nuclear Waste Management Organization will allow the work to continue. The aim to reverse the impact of biodiversity loss.
I think of it sometimes like clockwork. So if I took a clock apart, I don't know what I'm doing. And if I start throwing cogs away, then it might work for a bit, but at some point it's going to stop working. So we're talking about species today, but we're talking also about preserving biodiversity as a whole, and keeping that, which humans are part of, and we need that as much as it needs us.
In the 1990s, Blanding turtles were virtually extinct in the Rouge Valley. There were probably less than 10. But now, thanks to the zoo's turtle raising program, the population is growing.
Okay.
The partnership is also developing research for 8 species of bats in Ontario, 7 of which are endangered.
Bats play a critical ecological role, whether it's hunting insects at night, and a key piece of the balance. And you lose one piece and you lose that balance. And I think people only realize the impact of that when it's gone.
The zoo says diverse ecosystems are strong ecosystems, and the partnership will help Blanding's turtles and bats not only survive, but thrive. Beth McDonnell, CTV News.
Coming up, a high-speed shortcut across the lake. The company looking to bring hovercrafts into the transit fold teams up with key stakeholders to pitch the service as a very real alternative to congested highways.
And Pat Floyd coming up on Consumer Alert. Job scams continue to be a huge problem for anyone seeking employment. The Ontario government has announced a crackdown to force social media platforms that post fake jobs to remove them and investigate them. All of that story just ahead.
Cool and unsettled here in southern Ontario, but it feels like summer in other parts of the country. 26 degrees this hour in Quebec City, Winnipeg, Regina, 28 in Edmonton. As mentioned, though, there are wildfires burning in the prairies. We could get some of that wildfire smoke drifting across southern Ontario over the next couple of days here. The weekend is going to be a little cool, but guess what? Heat is building for next week. We'll talk about that in your 7-day forecast coming up. And stay with us. We've got another full night of shows for you right here on CTV.
We got this.
Time now for News Talk 1010 Time Saver Traffic.
Watch out for troubles on the westbound 401 at Avenue Road in the collectors. We have a collision now in the left lane, and then in the collector lanes, a Bathurst stalled vehicle in the right lane. So it's pretty jammed through Scarborough and all the way across towards that problem at Bathurst. Eastbound lanes of the 401 still heavy out of Mississauga, then from Pearson Airport right through towards the 404. Southbound on the DVP approaching Bayview, Bloor had troubles in the right lane, and Toronto bound on the QEW on the Burlington Skyway Bridge. Troubles there have now cleared. Mr. Lube Plus Tires, the original no appointment oil change.
Can't explain all the feelings that you're making me feel. My heart's in overdrive and you're behind the steering wheel. Touching you, touching me, touching you, touching me. I'm leaving a thing called love, just a little how. But the times we're making now, whether it is or not, how do I let you go? I wanna kiss you every minute, every hour, every day. You got me in a spin, but everything is okay.
Ow, fucker.
Touching you, touching me, touching you, touching you. I believe in a thing called love. Just a little how. You can tell me make it now. Whether it is on your town, how I like the color. Touching you, touching me, touching you, touching me. I believe in a thing called love. Just a little we can chance we can make it now. But I can do something new. I like the color.
Alrighty. Did another day. Holy. Ew. Okay.
What we use QuickBooks for a lot is it's kind of the backbone of all the other systems that we've developed. Being able to see those numbers and then compare them month over month, year over year, that's what allows us to know, okay, are we actually headed in the right direction?
to pretty much take it all. Fridges and dishwashers and dressers, drawers, couches, mattresses, bed frames, concrete, things like that. Same day notice or 3 weeks in advance.
That's what you get when you hire professionals. It's good to know you're making a difference. We found some paper and cardboard out of the job, and we sort through it. Instead of just throwing this stuff in the dirt, you're actually making sure it goes where it needs to go. That's good.
You don't have to do any of the moving. It doesn't matter whether it's in your garage, your backyard, front yard.
All you have to do is point.
Book online today. 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
How do you know I've been there?
Literally, I'll give you a fucking can of paint just to do that. All night. I'll give you a couple cans of paint to do that.
I'm not allowed to go out at night anymore. If I do, I stay in the neighborhood. No, I get in trouble. I swear to God. Like, I'm just like, you know what? A lot of people will be like, oh, people don't just have like bad luck. It's like probably something you. Victoria did the same thing where she was like, I'm sure it's not that you have bad luck. I'm sure you just make like not great decisions. A month later, after we became friends, she's like, wow, you have really bad luck. Like, I fucking told you. Like, not just making it up. I have very bad luck. Better since I met Joker, but no, literally, just good things happen to me. No. Good things happen to me all the time. Like, that's how I don't buy stuff. I hate advertisements and like, oh, only this for buying this. I'm like, I literally don't buy stuff anymore. I haven't bought anything other than groceries in probably like 10 years. Like, because everything I get out of the trash, and it's usually like if I need something, I literally am just able to be like, universe, I really need this thing and I can't afford it. Please just let me find one in the garbage, and soon enough I will find one in the garbage. It's really fucked up.
Well, Joker's old. He doesn't want to go outside anymore. What?
He doesn't like being around people anymore. Like,
I'm
yeah.
not the only person that you like.
You're one of the very few people that he could stand, or like that we like. You're the only other person is like, Dirk came over once and I gave him barbecue. I love Dirk. Because he just, I don't know, I love Dirk. Helped me out when I was fucking stranded. The car broke. I'm like, oh my God, someone reliable. And he was going to do it free. I'm like, I'll give you $20, fuck. Like, he was like, really? I was like, yeah, Dirk, you're fucking helping me out. And literally, it was Sunday. I was on the side of the road and there was no one, like, I called a U-Haul, not a U-Haul, a tow truck. The guy at Fatale, Rod knows him. The guy's fucking coast, like Mike wears these douchey glasses, and he has a giant Hummer that he lives in Fatale. And I called him to come to my car, and he just like never. He drove by and he just kept going. I was like, oh. Okay. He probably saw that it was me and was like, oh fuck that bitch. So I was literally on the side, straight on the side of the road. Dirk was like one of the only people. I was like, wow, I have a reliable friend in the world. That's awesome.
That's
so
hilarious.
someone that, and it's out of all people, it's Dirk. Oh, that's weird. I play it when I'm in the house cleaning.
I don't play my music on cloud in the neighborhood.
No, out loud. No, because like I listen to very like specific kind of music, and one of them is called I'm Not Racist, and it literally starts off, I don't give a fuck, I just don't really like you black motherfuckers, it's just the way I feel. And one day it played out loud while I was walking downtown, and I was like, oh my God, fucking turn off. And it's literally a racist white guy sitting down across from a black guy, and him being like, I'm a Trump supporter, and black people are fucking, you guys piss and moan instead of getting a job, and you just fucking suckle off the government for like welfare, and you don't fucking feed your children, like you won't get a fucking real job. But like, this is not something I want playing out loud on autoplay, and that's like all my music is very selective like that. But when I chalk, I literally don't do anything political. It's only pretty pictures. I don't do writing of anything. I don't do political statements. Only once I do a political statement. And it was after the curfew thing, because fucking they wanted to bring back curfew for like 2 weeks after they stopped it.
No,
I went out every fucking night.
Oh, me too.
5.5 months that was fucking curfew was. It was supposed to be 14 days. I did the 14 days at curfew. After that, I went out and shopped every single night, and the police would like literally stop in the intersection at the end of the street, and I'd be like this in the street. They'd stop,
Yeah, because it's you're
I was
like a
like,
drug addict.
okay, you're letting because they know I live there, and I'm just outside chalking at nighttime, and fucking I'm gone by 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm back inside, so that the neighbors don't see me doing it. Because I want to be busy.
That's fucking funny.
That's my first.
I was out painting every fucking night, dude.
Yeah, but even my chalking, like my
I just dressed like a bum, so in that way, when
My
they
neighbor-
pulled me over, which they never did, if they ever pulled me over, I could just be like, I'm homeless, man. I'm a homeless alcoholic.
And honestly, the cops either they all seem to like be okay with you, or they fucking really don't like you. Like Fury could be passed out on a random person's doorstep. The cops roll up and they're like, "Yo, you okay? Do you need a ride?" And he's like, "Just give me a second. I did too much drugs." I'm like, "Did they check to see if you had drugs?" He's like, "No." I told them I did the ball. And they were just like, "Okay, yeah, just take your time and we'll give you a ride to wherever you need to be." I'm like, what the fuck? Why is that your interaction with cops and I'm literally wearing a unicorn onesie walking the dog at 1:30 in the morning? I thought it was going to be a ha-ha fun laugh. It was not. It was a 45-minute long interrogation on the side of the road. They wanted to put me in the back of the car, bring me around the corner to where I live because they're like, "You don't have ID on you?" I was like, I didn't think I would need it because I'm walking the dog. And it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm going around the block. Why would I bring my fucking wallet for identification purposes? It was ridiculous. Like, I was like, what the fuck just happened? And one of my neighbors, it was the first month I moved to Verdun, one of my neighbors came out. He was like, "Hey, sorry, can I just ask, why did they stop you?" And I was like, I don't fucking know. It's the weirdest thing. I thought we were going to have a ha-ha joke. I'm in a unicorn onesie. What kind of funny, you know? I gave my name. I was being super cooperative, but I'm like, it does not take 45 minutes to look something up. Like, on Facebook, I can fucking do 10 seconds to get all your fucking Facebook information. Like, doesn't take, it's not that hard. It's like, this is unnecessary. So he was like, I can tell you why they stopped you. This girl in the neighborhood smokes the pipe like fucking I've never seen. Like, every 15 minutes she's outside smoking. She has the same color hair as you. She's also an English girl, and fucking that's who they're looking for. I was like, that's fucking just great. So I moved into the neighborhood where there's my doppelganger who is going around causing shenanigans. Just like the fucking guy who stole my license plate. All I did was, "Hello, fellow trailblazer driver." And I was like, "Yeah, nice truck." And I saw him maybe twice after that. The last time I saw him, he had 2 dents in the side of his truck. And I was like, "Oh, someone got you good, eh?" He goes, "Yeah, some lady backed up into me. It was so stupid." I was like, "But there's 2 dents." I'm like, "It looks like you gunned it and didn't make it and fucking got T-boned." Or I didn't really think about it at all up until like a month later when Dom was like, "So, what's the license plate?" I'm like, "What about the license plate?" He's like, "Change the license plate?" I'm like, "I don't know. What are you talking about?" Like, what are you talking about? He's like, "Your license plate is different. How do you not notice that?" Like, who checks their license plate to make sure it's the right one? Like, so I'm pretty sure he works for the city that was down the street. He was not a new person in my neighborhood. He just got a job working at the fucking street. And he fucking got in a fucking, yeah, not only that, he lived in St. Jerome and was taking the toll booth for the highway in Laval to go to St. Jerome, and I had a bunch of tickets in St. Jerome at the police station reported, but it's still on my SAAQ record, and I feel like that is going to be a problem later on. But the lesson here, they even have on the camera, the fucking, what do you call it, the toll booth, if you go through it,
Yeah.
you get on camera, they sent me a fucking thing with a little box, which is a very dark car that is my vehicle, that has my plate on it. Like, I was like, but I reported it, and I don't know, and all their systems, St. Jerome, Chateauguay, City of Montreal, they're all different systems. All the police systems, even like the Palais de Justice, I asked her, I'm like, "Is this all my tickets?" She goes, "Yeah." It's not all my tickets. It was just for my warrants. That was for my federal tickets. All the other tickets, I have to go to each place individually to deal with before SAQ will fucking give me my license back.
That's so shitty. That's so shitty.
Indeed it is. Kind of fucked.
That's pretty fucking shitty.
And don't be homeless. Don't say hi to your neighbor.
Pebble poops, stuff poop, loose poop, you need regular poops. It's DSA1.
Well, today was the first day back of question period in this new season, and it was bizarrely weird, if I can even say that. Mark Carney made his first ever appearance, and boy oh boy, did he get a rude awakening. I mean, he stepped foot into the Shark Tank, which is something that he's clearly not prepared for. His answers were, some could even say, underwhelming. But what I found interesting is partway through the debates, he actually pulled the old "pop the smoke and leave." Where have we seen that before? Justin Trudeau. So very, very, very weird that he's repeating some things that Justin Trudeau did and trying to brand himself as a new government. So anyways, we're going to get right into the video in a moment, but not before me asking you. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the video. Before you enter, are you encouraging Eddie?
If I can walk at a word,
subscribe if you haven't already.
halfway
That's
through my
really
dinner,
help the channel. I don't say that to be annoying. And we do have a message from today's sponsor. When I prepare my videos, I make sure that I know both sides of the story. That's why I use Ground News, and that's why I partnered with Ground News website and app. But that being said, let's get into this debate because you're not going to want to miss it. Again, some new faces, a lot of old familiar faces, different vibes. It's going to take some getting used to. But I think that once Pierre Poilievre finds his way into the house for the debates, we are off to the races. So without further ado, here is the highlights from today's question period.
To his first official question period. This is where democracy lives, and this is where we provide rigorous scrutiny on every word he says and every dollar he spends on behalf of Canadians. Now, let's talk about those words and dollars. During the election campaign, it was elbows up as he put retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. And secretly, he dropped those tariffs to effectively zero. But he didn't stop there. He told Canadians that the government would tariffs and use it to cost his platform. Now that those tariffs are going to bring in $0, two quick questions. Why wasn't he honest with Canadians during the election? And how is he going to make up the shortfall? Is he going to borrow it, print it, or tax it?
Mr. Speaker, may I first thank my constituents from Nepean for giving me the honor of help. Also indulge me to how great it is to see you in the Speaker's chair, and I trust that you're operating under the period of grace that will not be accorded to me. Appropriately, as the Leader of the Opposition just said, Mr. Speaker, our tariffs have maximum impact on the United States, minimum impact on Canada, and we're dedicating all the revenues from those tariffs to supporting the workers and businesses affected by the unjustified American Act.
No idea what we just did.
Well, he didn't take long to pick up old liberal habits of not being able to answer questions. But since the election, Canadians have been inundated with grand rhetoric and pretty speeches from this Liberal Party, but they are still suffering under all those policies. Household debt up at record levels. Number of people who can't pay their mortgages increasing. Food bank use continuing to rise. Now TD Bank is forecasting a recession with hundreds of thousands of lost jobs. The PM said undoing the damage in the last 10 years would require great speed, but he's not going to table a budget for 6 months. If he's the man with the plan and the guy you hired in a crisis, why won't he table a budget before he goes on summer vacation?
Mr. Speaker, I understand the member of the opposition is very busy. Didn't have a chance to study closely the 100-day plan. Former member from Ottawa, Carleton, which did not include a budget. Our plan includes legislating for one Canadian economy and nation-building projects immediately to grow this economy, and we expect the support from all in this house.
They must be really afraid to come clean with Canadians if they're going to punt it off into the fall. But Mr. Speaker, with the throne speech yesterday, Liberals have effectively admitted that it was their policies that caused the suffering for Canadians. Their reckless borrowing and massive deficits caused the inflation, the carbon tax, drove up prices and drove away investment, and their anti-development bills chased jobs out of Canada. Now, the Prime Minister's claiming that somehow the Liberals have changed. Well, he has a chance to prove it to Canadians. If he's serious, will he tell Canadians that pipelines are part of his values by repealing Bill C-69, No More Pipelines Bill?
Canada's Mr. Speaker is acting as Mr. Speaker to grow this economy. I just made my maiden speech in this House. Canada's new government, Mr. Speaker, is acting immediately to grow this economy. One Canadian economy out of 13 nation-building projects, one project off of it. Working with the provinces to cooperate, we expect the support for the members of the
Canadians shouldn't focus on pipelines. We'll tell that straight to the hundreds of thousands of workers who lost their jobs when these Liberals killed pipelines, LNG exports to allies, and capped Canadian oil and gas. Last year, 98% of Canadian crude went to the U.S., Canada's biggest customer and competitor due to these Liberals. But in April, the PM said he won't repeal their no-name pipelines, never wrote anything unlawful Bill C-69, and ignores premiers and businesses. When will he repeal Bill C-69?
Honor to rise in the House for the first time. I wish to thank the people of Markham Fort Hill for their trust. I'm also thinking of my family. I'm also thinking of my family who supported me from day one, and my parents who I wish were still with us. It's time to get any projects built here in Canada. We will cut red tape, fast-track projects, and improve them within 2 years. We will create jobs for Canadians and build the strongest economy in the G7.
Let's throw some W's down in the chat now for the Conservatives.
Alone, these Liberals killed 16 major energy projects and $176 billion in options to make Canada affordable, safe, self-reliant, and united. And half these masters, they're the same. These Liberals love to kill C-69. They can't get their story straight. 2 weeks ago, the culture minister said Canada doesn't need new pipelines. Last week, the energy minister talked a good game, but just like right now, they'll commit to concrete action. How can Canadians believe anything they say? Will they repeal Bill C-69? Yes or no?
The Prime Minister has been clear. Yes, we want pipelines if there's consensus in Canada for them.
Helen Haxel was able to win any competition she took part in. She was known as the contest queen because she had won 7 trips to Paris, golds, countless. She would basically take part in any sweepstake. She read about any contest.
Oh, yeah. If you have to make shooters.
For 9 years, the Liberals' anti-energy laws have weakened our country to the benefit of the United States. That's right. Canadian oil and gas piped to the United States provides jobs and revenues for Americans, but not for Canadians. And get this, it's at a discount. Canada's energy potential has been stalled by anti-energy laws from the Liberal government for close to a decade. Will the Prime Minister scrap the job-killing and economy-killing energy production cap? Colleagues are interested in playing politics.
It's literally the job. Politics is literally the fucking job, bro.
is creating new jobs and growing the economy. We can make Canada strong and protect ourselves from American tariffs if we work together with Indigenous partners, industry, and workers, but also.
He has no freedom. He doesn't want to talk within a piece of paper.
Even the BCNDP have removed their decarbonization policies for LNG export facilities.
Yeah.
This is not politics. Even Canada's parliamentary budget officer forecasts a $20.5 billion reduction in GDP, potential job loss of 54,000 full-time jobs under this energy production cap.
Right.
Canada's loss is America's gain. Again, to the Prime Minister. Will the Prime Minister scrap the Canadian job killing and Canadian economy killing energy production cap, yes or no?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to thank the constituents of Toronto again for giving me this opportunity to stand up for Canada and build Toronto. To the member opposite's question, I want to be clear. If Canada wants to be an energy superpower, the Prime Minister has stated it is going to be low cost, low risk, and low carbon. We're going to get projects right on our energy while making sure that those
Mr. Speaker, it's an honor to rise here representing the hardworking people of Newfoundland and Labrador for the very
Oh, you
first
can tell
time.
where he's from. I don't even know that guy. Look at that. Prince Charming himself.
While my province of Newfoundland and Labrador has the highest unemployment rate in the country at nearly 10%, the industrial carbon tax is compromising our competitive edge and shifting our jobs abroad. Canada's energy, mining, and forestry workers are pleading to have the industrial carbon tax removed. My question is, will this Prime Minister fully repeal the industrial carbon tax to create jobs at a time when we need it most?
And I'm so happy that guy's in. We need that accent. A hard East Coast accent.
Making sure that polluters pay is a central part of moving forward and being competitive as an energy superpower. When we look at other countries around the world, they have border carbon adjustments in place. They are looking to Canada to make sure that the energy that we provide is low risk, low cost, and low carbon.
Nobody cares about low carbon. You just want to get stuff done.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Liberals claim that they want to make Canada an energy superpower, but they forget it's their record over the last decade that has decimated our energy sector and kept our resources in the ground. Their oil and gas production cap will kill tens of thousands of jobs and cost our economy $20 billion. Their industrial carbon tax will cost Canadian businesses more dependent on the United States. The solution is easy. Will the Prime Minister repeal the Liberals' costly anti-energy laws?
Well, put some W's down for True North. Look at that, man. That threw me off. I forgot who it was.
Thank you. I would like to thank first and foremost the constituents on non-séquartiville. Merci à tous les citoyens non-séquartivilles. We are in a trade war that has been launched by the U.S. And we know that hardworking Canadians are feeling the brunt of this trade war, particularly in the manufacturing sector, particularly in the auto, steel, and aluminum sectors. And we continue to fight for them. That's why we will make sure that we invest in them, that we work on making sure that we attract investment across the world while making sure that we grow the fastest economy of the G7.
Here's the 2-minute story of how I built a $10 million a year online business and how my mistakes and successes can help you build your business too. Ready? In 2006, I started a mobile marketing service in Orange County, California. It's fun, lots of cash. So by 2007, I turned my marketing knowledge into my very first digital product, Bartend for Profit. I had purchased a 950-page book on HTML, read it twice, and then went to work building a website and an ebook that 9 months later, after working day and night at my desk, made my very first sale online. That changed everything. Oh, and that very first customer found me on YouTube. So as a result, I began creating YouTube videos like crazy, and even more sales started to come in. And because I had a film degree, some of those videos were pretty good. That's when I noticed more people wanted to know about how I was making those YouTube videos than those cocktails. Go figure. So by September of 2011, I launched my complete YouTube training course, Video Traffic Academy.
We're seeing two very different narratives on housing. One from the campaign and a very different one from the minister. The new housing minister, the former mayor from Vancouver, who let housing prices go up 179% in just 8 years, is saying something very different. The minister answered a resounding no when he was asked if home prices should come down from their record highs. If he's adamant that prices shouldn't go down, how much does he think that they should go up?
Melissa Lewis.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Et je suis heureux.
It's not to be here in the house.
Second reviews of the on the issue of affordability and affordable housing, well, first, I'm very proud to be part of a government that's committed to cutting taxes from day one here in the House. I'm also looking forward to pursuing the most ambitious affordable housing plan in the history of Canada, delivering a GST for employers, and surely bring the development costs down. The honorable member for Fort Hill.
The minister ought to know that the housing market is already in chaos. Sellers can't sell and buyers can't buy. It's proving out only 310 houses were sold across the entire GTA. That's a staggering 89% below 10-year average. Lower supply, higher prices spells more trouble for Canadians. So instead of building homes and bringing the cost down, he's actually building more bureaucracy. So we know that housing prices went up 179% when he was in charge of housing in Vancouver. How much higher are they going to get when he's in charge of housing for the entire country?
Throw some W's down for Melissa, huh? She deserves it.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the member, it's not about reducing the value of the individual's home or senior's home. The member may wish to force seniors to sell their house for less. We're going to focus on building more affordable just a seventh straight month of record-setting lows. 310 homes were sold in the GTA in April. That's a 72% drop over last year and an 89% drop in the 10-year average. With condo sales plummeting 94%. The report warns that there will be a massive housing shortage in 2 years. Prices are too high for buyers and they're too low for sellers. So can the Prime Minister tell us what he plans to do to help the buyers that cannot afford to buy and the sellers that cannot afford to sell? Tell us what he plans to do to help the buyers that cannot afford to buy.
Such a good question.
And the sellers that cannot afford to sell.
The universe asks it twice.
Change, Mr. Speaker. You should listen more. My colleague was very good about what we're doing. We're eliminating GST for first-time buyers, Mr. Speaker, in the country. Causes $100 million. We should all celebrate, Mr. Speaker, and we expect a conservative to support the ways and mean motion we have put, Mr. Speaker, because this is how we can help Canadians. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
When he talks, it sounds like he's tone deaf.
Well, Mr. Speaker, tax relief is certainly welcome, and it's frankly long overdue from this government. But the bigger tax cuts that they're talking about will save families $70 a month. We're dealing with families that are looking at $5,000 a month mortgages or more. Equifax has reported that the mortgage delinquencies in Ontario are at the highest level ever recorded. They're up 70%, Mr. Speaker. This is not a coincidence. It's certainly not a surprise. So instead of building a third federal housing bureaucracy, why don't we just get more homes built?
Simple.
In one end, it's encouraging that we hear the Conservative will support our motion, but it's concerning to remember, Mr. Speaker, to really talk down a measure that will help 22 million Canadians in this country, Mr. Speaker. This is shocking. This is up with $8 $140 for a family with 2 income, Mr. Speaker. The people in my riding in East Riding are welcoming this measure, and we hope the Conservative will support us. This is how you support Canadians.
Liberal policies like Bill C-5 have led to a crime wave across Canada. Violent crime is up 50%. Gun violence is up 116%. Just yesterday, a drive-by shooting shook our small rural community of Cayuga. This crime wave is no accident. It is a direct result of the liberal policies like C-5 that has ended mandatory jail time for serious traffic offenses and drug crimes. Will the Prime Minister end this crime wave by repealing Trudeau's Bill C-5?
Wow. Well said, Doctor.
And just take a moment to thank the people of Scarborough-Gilbert Bush Park for my fourth consecutive mandate. To my friend opposite, my heart goes out to those who were impacted by the violence in her community yesterday. I want to assure her and I want to assure all Canadians that we will address issues of serious violent offenders. Seriously, we will make sure that we tighten up bail reform and we will ensure that our government will always be there to protect Canadians from coast to coast to coast. The honourable member for Alderman Norfolk.
Speaker, a serious issue is the will of Canadians to live in peace, which they once did. Now they live in fear because of liberal soft-on-crime policies. Liberal policies like Bill C-5 and Bill C-75 that repeat violent offenders back on the streets, contributing to the suffering of communities across Canada.
Dr. Lewis. April the 28th, Canadians gave us a mandate to ensure that our streets are safe. And since that time, we've been working together with law enforcement to work towards a safer communities across Canada. I want to just outline some of the highlights from the Chief of Police for the City of Toronto. We indicated that auto thefts, for example, decreased by 39%, home invasions down by 42%, homicides down by 67%, and shootings down by 46%. We have a lot more work to do, Mr. Speaker, and we will work together with law enforcement to ensure the safety and security of all Canadians. Our government will always be there to protect it.
The honourable member for Edmonton Gateway. Mr. Speaker, families across Canada feel helpless because these Liberals have done nothing to stop violent crime.
It's gotten so much worse.
Stick with their ideological soft-on-crime policies, and that is why extortion gangs are targeting Canadian businesses and their families. In fact, just this month, we've seen more shootings, arson, and even a murder potentially linked to extortion. Yet Canada still has no mandatory minimum penalty for extortion. So why will the Prime Minister work with Conservatives to bring in the same legislation that I brought in last Parliament to bring in tougher penalties for extortion?
I grew up in food business. My grandfather was in Iran more than 40 years in the sandwich business. Cold cuts or warm sandwich is very simple because we grew up in Germany. We create together something like between Europe and back home, We use QuickBook for input the business, output, pay stubs, have the access always.
The Honorable Secretary of State for combating crime.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You heard it in the throne speech yesterday. It is a top priority of this new government. We are partnering with police services across this country to fight organized crime. We'll make it tougher for violent criminals to get bail. We'll impose stricter sentences for repeat offenders. We are serious. We're going to get to work and we're going to fight crime.
Before taking office, the Prime Minister helped establish multi-billion-dollar investment funds that were placed in offshore tax havens. Now he's shielding those investments from public scrutiny with a blind trust that hides but doesn't remove potential conflicts of interest. Now, Canadians are lined up at food banks in record numbers. They can't pay their rent, but they are paying their taxes, and they want to know if the Prime Minister paid taxes on his investments. So can the Prime Minister, who I welcome here today, confirmed that none of the investments that he placed in the Bly Trust were previously held in offshore tax havens.
You know, the Prime Minister has followed all the rules even before they were required. He'll continue complying with all the rules. Opposition members like to distract Canadians with these hypotheticals and conjured scenarios. The fact is, we have a Prime Minister, a new government, hard at work at creating opportunity for Canadians, the strongest economy in the G7, and reducing taxes. The opposition don't like that so much, so they dig dirt on day one. Shame on them, Mr. Speaker. We're going to continue our work.
What the heck are you talking about, dude?
Canadians don't want an explanation in how to bend over backwards to fit through ethical loopholes. They want to be reassured that after a decade of serial ethical law breaking, that they can have confidence that the Prime Minister is going above just the basic minimum standard. So the Prime Minister, again, who I welcome to the chamber, can he stand up and just assure Canadians that none of the funds that he had previously were held in offshore tax havens? And can he tell Canadians what those investments were in when he sat at his first cabinet meeting?
Canada has among the most stringent ethics guidelines in the world. The Prime Minister has complied with those ethics guidelines and surpassed the requirements contained in those ethics guidelines. What the Prime Minister is busy doing is not what this member is busy doing. What the Prime Minister is busy doing is creating opportunity for Canada, standing up in a trade war against the United States, reducing our taxes, building new homes, and creating the strongest economy in the G7. That's what we're up to.
We're certainly not the strongest economy, and we're also not in a trade war.
Economic crisis without any plan because the Liberals shut this place down for half the year to avoid accountability. And now the Prime Minister says no budget before fall. With record high food bank usage, a rise in the number of those using those food banks that are fully employed, a rise in mortgage delinquencies. TD Bank now also predicts that over 100,000 Canadian jobs will be lost due to a looming recession. Given all of this information, how is it even possible the Liberals won't table a budget this spring?
Well said, man. We need the top dogs.
The question from my colleague, Mr. Speaker, would be very clear that there will be a budget in early fall of this year, Mr. Speaker. But in the meantime, why we should celebrate that we just seen now that the Conservatives are going to support our motion, Mr. Speaker. Now this is in this House of Commons, we need to do things for them. The first thing that we presented, that we promised, and we're delivering is a tax cut for the middle class, Mr. Speaker. 22 million Canadians will have a tax cut, Mr. Speaker.
You're like a piece of cardboard or some shit. Piece of cardboard about this big.
In the kitchen, in front of the fridge, the box on the ground with the
Refuses to tell anyone what that plan is. He's overseeing the longest period without a budget since
What?
the 1960s.
I think I want to make Leanne a birthday card.
Uncertainty about spending.
Okay, wait, let me do this one better.
Investors, small businesses, Canadians, and the cost of living crisis.
I don't know if you used to do this when we didn't have wrapping paper for really heavy issues in the comic section of the newspaper.
Transparency is key. And Carney campaign on that. But that's a heavy time in chat out for the Conservatives.
I got a piece of wood on my foot already. I think I'm cool.
Canadians are making Canadians' lives much more unaffordable.
What do you think? Not
That's
bad for a
good.
girl, eh?
It's pretty good. Until you grew up in the fucking country.
I did not. I used to sneak into my dad's tools when he'd go to work. He used to go in the garage and use his tools. And he'd come home, he's like, "Mad, did you use my tools?" I'm so glad I don't have a child. I'm so glad I got a job. And he was like, "Mad, did you use my tools?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Are you lying?" I'm like, "No, I didn't do it. It wasn't me." He was like, "Hey, but there's sawdust everywhere. So I know you use my tools. Like, they're not for kids. Don't touch them. Dad doesn't have anything that's his. The one thing that he does have are his tools. Don't touch Dad's one thing." But something good came out of it because I can do a thing. Strong, independent woman. Don't need no man.
why we're cutting taxes, as the Minister of Finance just mentioned.
No, stop. No. Okay. You know what? It's just fucking. I still haven't found the dog collar. And I can't let him out because I can't fucking pay attention to him like 24/7. I'm not gonna be the one fucking. Joker's dog got hit by a car once. The guy came up and he saw him get hit by a car. The dog's spine was broken. He tried to get him to a vet, and the dog was like wailing in pain. Like, that's fucking traumatic. Mike too. Fucking when his dog got shot apparently by the cops. That's fucked up.
Real smelly shit.
Okay, thank you. Come on, Jack. Come inside now? Okay, let's throw stuff inside. Come on, Jacko. Come inside.
Ooh.
I told you. They're the white ones are water markers. I use them for my whiteboards.
Water markers.
Yeah, it's meant to look like watercolor. But you have to push the caps on a little bit hard because the caps pop up. They are Dollar Store. But still, Dollar Store has really expensive fucking stuff now. Everything's fucking
Yeah,
$5.
normal Sharpie.
Normal Sharpie. Oh.
Normal Sharpie. There you
Jacobimo. Come inside the room. Come. Why do you make yourself suffer like this? Why do you make yourself fucking suffer? You know you're not good in the fucking heat, and you go sit outside because you want to do me. You'll give yourself fucking heat stroke, dog. Want to see if you're gonna eat some food, maybe? Here. Go. Five.
Oh, it's my sexy white man!
I wasn't a chimney today. I'm probably black.
Oh, sexy white man.
No, I don't want to see
This video, me and Leanne were watching, and fucking there's this chick, and she's like kind of fat and gross and shit, and she's just like, She's like hitting on a cop. And the cop's like, you know what? I don't want none of this. She's like, I bet you want this, eh? And he's like, I want none of this.
That's funny.
So it's like an inside joke between me and Leanne now. Like, we're always just like, I don't want none of this.
None of this. Baby! Look. A real Chinese lady. Lots of energy. Lots of energy. Oh, Chinese banana?
Costco, yeah.
You didn't notice, eh?
The fence! It's fucking amazing!
Right away.
Of course I noticed. First thing I saw when I pulled up. Good job, baby.
I take credit for that.
What?
No, I slept all fucking day.
Good. Good. Oh, what a terrible fucking
Joker!
day.
Why aren't you fun anymore? Why can't we go paint anymore?
Oh,
The way you wavered your head. Oh.
I'm tired.
So drink an energy drink and a cup of coffee and let's go fucking do graffiti.
I don't. I have to go to the grocery store. So,
Yeah, and we could go do graffiti after the grocery store.
That, dude.
It's always on your dog's collar. Oh no,
I hate both of you guys.
Yeah,
Not only are you guys conservatives, but you guys fucking suck, dude.
I actually said I did not vote conservative because I couldn't bring
Y'all are
myself
right-wing.
to as much as I fucking hate Justin Trudeau.
Y'all are right one.
Because I believe in the right to abortions, and I do not believe that the Catholic Church is a good thing. Because really, Catholic Church has only ever done terrible things. I'm sure some Christians are very nice people. However, the Catholic Church and the
Hey. I'm sure you talk about the Catholic Church. I'm baptized Roman fucking Catholic, bud.
I'm baptized too. I'm baptized Protestant. I went to church by choice.
Dude, don't even talk about my church.
Don't touch me there. You're not my priest.
No, but I could be. I'm your father. I put my today. Oh, fuck, where did I put it?
What's it right there?
No, the fucking dog collar.
I made Leanne a card.
I couldn't take your dog out all day.
It says happy birthday, sexy white woman.
Back home, you want better food?
Yeah, it's her birthday today.
Well, I looked everywhere. I looked in all the places. But I remember I had it outside. I'll go check outside.
So you did find it, well, yesterday night when you
Last
had it
day,
up.
yeah, but I was like 99% sure I brought it in.
Want to see what Army games I got?
A little bit.
Fine! You know what? Fun?
The first thing I
Is a hug.
love.
Well, I was trying to give you fucking love, but you don't want.
I come in, you pull up his shirt and show me his tits. I don't want none of this.
Joker wants none of this.
Only mine.
And mine. He likes my tits too. He secretly likes my tits.
No, I don't.
He's like, ooh, Justin, your tits.
They're fat tits.
Hey! I can't offense the word fat.
Well, as soon as you're a man and you got tits, fat.
You'll be like this one of these days, Joker.
I hope so.
I look forward to it. That was my life goal for the longest time, is to become morbidly obese, honestly. Yeah, to the point where the government pays me because I can't work. I get disability because I'm just too fucking fat.
Since then, it's over passing the 500 pounds or something like that.
I don't need my legs. I need my hands. I don't need my legs. I just need my hands to play video games. And I'll just become like a professional.
Oh, baby.
YouTuber. What?
Look at.
Oh, really? Why?
What is it?
The dog's collar.
I seen that earlier.
You fucking asshole.
I knew that was what she was looking for.
I'm not gonna ask Justin. Justin, where are the things in my house that I've lost? Like, use your native senses.
He's taking a little twig.
All right, rod or whatever the
Dowsing rod.
Dowsing rod, yeah.
Cody showed me how to use it. Yeah, no, it does vibrate. If you take a twig, if you hold it up in your arm like this, it will go towards where there's water. So it will vibrate towards where there's the closest water. I'm like, what the What, really? He's like, yeah, and that bullshit ain't true. Well, bullshit. He's like, bullshit.
So when do you want to go?
I don't believe it till I fucking see it, bud.
Now.
Okay, I'll take you in after. I'm sorry. But at least there's a fence now, so I can do other stuff and I can let him outside without worrying about him being hit by a car. I'm not going to be the fucking one who gets your dog hit by a car. After you got me the dog. Here, want to trade? Want to trade kids?
Trade kids?
Meow! Meow!
Okay, I'm just going to take my dog in the front. Maybe go wash your face.
I was in the chimney today.
Yeah, but maybe go in the bathroom, wash your face.
You just got off a fucking coal train, bud.
Huh?
Okay, you just got off a fucking coal train, bud. Like you're riding freight trains.
Could you take a bus there?
Sure.
Joker, I have no idea what to think about that.
Yeah, I have no idea what to think about that.
What's happening there?
I don't have change for the bus, baby.
Yeah. I can stay and watch mutts.
Well, mostly, Jack.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if something happens or he starts fucking his nose starts bleeding, just call me, like, come back after.
Yeah, this I can do.
You're a super old dog, I'm not worried.
Kiwi's working good for her again.
Fucking piece of shit motherfucker!
Who?
Nothing!
Thank you.
I thought you were talking about Derek.
Yeah, no, I'm very
My boss.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like a lot narcissistic, and when he's being a dick, like
He's a little bit a lot narcissistic.
yeah, a lot, because he's
delusional.
not.
He fucking is a rich upper class fucking
Yeah.
boy who thinks his life struggles are so terrible.
And then he met me. Crackhead
He
Justin.
has no clue. He has no fucking
You're
clue
not a
what
crackhead
life
yet.
struggles are.
Not anymore.
Thinks that his daddy-
No, I'm a crackhead, bro. Like I've stooped down to the lowest. Like,
Were
I stole from my girl. I fucking lied to her. I cheated her out of fucking money. I blackmailed her out
Yeah,
of
no,
money.
that's being a drug addict.
You know, that's being
Make
a
the
fucking
difference.
junkie.
Okay, were you like
That
Charlie?
is being a junkie.
What?
Were you?
That is just being a junkie.
Yeah, were you like Charlie?
Ah!
No,
You're
you're
far from fucking Charlie, so you're not a crackhead, dude. I can tell you that right now.
gonna follow it over here.
I became a crackhead.
We're both crack addicts.
Crack addicts, yes. Give yourself some like credit a little bit.
I told him that. I was like, you could have done so much more damage.
Fuck.
And with $30,000, you could have done way worse. I expected fucking shit to be on fire. Way worse.
Like trains, you mean? That's racist. Yeah, the game.
Yeah, go wash your face.
I heard it, but I just didn't.
Yeah, wash my face. Wash my face.
Wash your face.
Wash my face. Wash me face. Na na na. Na na na, my face.
Felt like a great repeat in the Dameron.
Not coming off. I'm gonna have to take a bath later.
You soap?
Huh?
Did you use soap?
Yeah. Yeah. I tried to wash it already twice today. My arm was like completely full of soot.
Oh, I figured so.
Not those ones.
You
What, like this?
Yeah, like a cat.
Yeah, I was going for the joint there. I just took the finger. It was, yep. These are yours?
I think so. No, not completely. Not completely.
I'll just take them out. I got a bin just for that now.
What?
I got a bin outside just for that. Because they gave us a brand new garbage bin, and they say you can only use this bin now. You can't use more than one, and if you don't take this one, we're not gonna take it. I'm like, okay, fine. What do I do with my old garbage bin? Right? Stuck with it. It's a cow. Painted that as a cow.
Everyone loves it.
I really love my cow.
You see it from at the end of like both sides of the street. It's fucking
I'm sure it's somewhere on like one post on Facebook somewhere. Look at these guys fucking. Yeah, cool cow crew, man.
Cool cow.
Cool cow crew.
Cool cow. Oh,
the cool cow
not
crew.
because I see the jerseys.
Just fucking put it on. Put the AC on.
No, I'm playing video games.
But I give you a fucking.
I know, but I don't want to take the time to unplug everything and just plug everything.
I'll give you another extension cord.
No,
it's fine.
it's not the problem. He's just too lazy. He just want to unplug everything and plug it back in. Yesterday we were lucky because the TV, you can unplug it. But it's supposed to be,
It's no. Because I don't want to.
It's so hot in here.
I know it is hot up there. Look. This is your phone?
Yes. I know. It's actually the controller, but yeah. Start the fucking fire.
Bomb, yeah, everything explodes.
Oh. Not fat.
I'm not fat, he said.
I just fucking.
He's like, I'm not fat. I call him fat earlier.
Oh!
Yeah, he's turning it on right now.
Meow. Now I gotta put a shit back on.
No, but I just saw him on Google.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, so you guys finish here, and it shouldn't take long. The part is so fucking long. It's so long. You have to wait for the guy. So at 7 o'clock we're done. You want to get to the castle. I'm thinking I was going to make it to the SRQ at 6, or if I don't, when I go drop the scaffolding at his place, I can move to the one beside his place. It's at 10 o'clock. Okay, it works. If I go do this, I go to your place, I can get alcohol. He calls us back. Oh, if I don't want all that shit in my yard, go to the scaffolding in the warehouse. Call him back. Like, yo, it doesn't work. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to the scaffolding. And I'm not doing it with different parts.
Yeah, and also thank you for ruining my day, Derek. Well, it's fucking, you're the one who has to suffer too. Because he's a fucking asshole. Can't decide whether he wants, he can't decide whether he wants to delegate work or fucking be the boss. One day he wants to be the boss and then the work gets a little bit too hard and then he doesn't want to be the boss anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, poop type of me.
I take your dog out real quick. Just you and me, baby. Won't be long, Jocko. Guess I'll turn off.